Alright, so in today's video, I thought it'd be sort of a cool idea to give you a tour of the 3D print room that I have in the studio. It's been a little while since I've talked about 3D printing or done anything, tour related, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you the space in which we create all the products that we sell on OriginaldoBoStore.com. Alright, so if you're ready, buckle up, let's go. What's good, everybody? Ken here, you're watching OriginaldoBo, and if you've been a part of the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that recently in the past 2-3 years, 3D printing has become a huge part of the business that we offer here. We have a very large 3D print store where we are shipping from the Northeast and we're shipping from the Southeast region. We have well over 20 printers combined between myself and Ethan. In this studio alone, we have 8 different printers that we utilize. Well, actually more than 8. There's 8 pictured here, but then we also have some resin printers over here. And then of course I have this ridiculous monstrosity, which I'm gonna talk about here in a moment because this thing actually injured me and the company never got back to me, which is a bit of an annoying thing. So let's start off with the printers that I use every single day when it comes to 3D printing for the print shop. The workhorses, of course, are the 3D printers from Bambu. I love to use the P1P, the P1S. I have AMSs on both of these. And then beneath here, we have 2 more P1Ps, which I really just use these P1Ps for mostly TPU products. Because I don't have an AMS, it's just a lot easier to swap between the filaments, and they just work really, really well. When it comes to harder materials or more abrasive materials, whether it be like PETG or even, I want to say ASA, I like to use the X1 and the X1C. The reason why I like to use these 2 printers is because they can automatically calibrate the flow for the different filaments. I don't have to guess those K values, and it saves me a lot of time and aggravation when swapping between different filaments. And it means that the prints are going to definitely come out much cleaner. We usually always print most of the stuff with the door open unless we're printing ASA, then I'll keep the doors closed, but for every other filament, usually the door is left open. I have one more printer down here, which is another P1P, which it's probably, I think, the first P1P that I bought, and it works fantastic still. I haven't had to do any maintenance to it. Another printer I have here is the Creality K1. I actually need to do a review on this. I just haven't had much time to review these products because when you start talking about doing reviews, it takes a long time, and the real estate business has absolutely sucked up that time. But the people that send these products, they don't give a shit. They just want it now, and it's not like they're paying me to sit there to film and produce content. So I'm gonna take my fucking sweet time and they can just kiss my ass. All right, let's talk about the shipping setup that I have here. So trying to ship things efficiently is hard, especially when you are dealing with numerous orders. So I have a Razer Blade Stealth here, or I should say a Razer Blade 15. This is like the only Windows computer that I keep in the office. I have this basically set up with a monitor, and then I have a Brother QL 1100 printer here. So it allows me to quickly and easily look up orders and try to print things out as quick as possible to get things delivered to everybody that is ordering. It's a bit of a process, but it works. I keep all the printed items usually right here. As of late, we don't keep a lot of stuff in stock because it's literally getting printed and turned around and banged back out to the door. So we have our microphones. We actually just came up with these. These are going to be for the Rode Pro mics. So very clever. I went ahead and cut the side piece out to accommodate the Rode Pro, because the Rode Pro mics are slightly larger than the Rode Wireless Go 2s and the wireless mics. So if you're looking for a Rode Pro microphone because it has that 32-bit float, this will be the mic for you. These will be on the Etsy store by the time you see this video, which, yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, let's talk about this printer here. This is the Apex Maker. This is actually a resin printer that was sent to me for review. They never sent me any instructions. They never sent me anything additional. No further communications. They sent me this almost $2,000 printer. No further instructions. It was damaged in shipping. It's like got dents all over the place. There's rattles on the micro, on the board. The Z carriage here that goes up and down is actually bent, so the motor can't actually go up to raise the Z carriage. I've reached out to them trying to get a response, and they refuse to answer any emails. Literally, the label is falling off on this thing. I would not pay for this at all if I was you, and I don't know when it's gonna be available. But anyways, it's a monstrosity, and then in the process of actually moving it, I cut my leg because the edges of this machine are incredibly sharp, and like, I probably should have got stitches, but I didn't. I just sort of butterflied it, and for a little while it was infected, and I ended up having to go to the doctor. Again, once I told them that, they completely went ghost and haven't messaged me back, which is pretty disappointing, so won't be reviewing that. That's going to hit the trash very soon. Alright, so let's talk about the resin printers I use. I'll try to spin this around here. Well, I guess I can't really spin it around. But anyways, the resin printers that I use are really predominantly just to print our jock straps. And we're using an industrial strength resin on our jock straps, which do increase the rigidity, also increase the flexibility of these, and we've had great success with them. These are the Avada jock straps that keep the batteries in, which work out pretty well. So we use the Elegoo Mars 3 Pro resin printers. I have 3 of them basically set up here, and they've worked absolutely awesome. The great thing about resin printers is you can take a file from one, put it on another, and basically print so on and so forth. Realistically, as of now, because sales have slowed down on the jock straps, I only ever find myself really running one printer at a time, which is all I need. And honestly, the resin that we are using is not that smelly, so having it contained in this room works out perfect. And then of course I have this room here, which is an absolute shit show. It's mostly filaments, odds and ends stuff, and a bag of nuts, and that's what I use to basically pack and try to ship things. So yeah, this little space here is actually pretty convenient because it shields a lot of the noise from the 3D printers from the rest of the office, makes it a lot easier for me to continue filming content while also being able to continue filming, which is absolutely huge. And that was the biggest struggle of my old space, because everything was in one space. I had to choose, was I going to print or was I going to create content, or should I have filmed outside? Now I don't have to make those decisions, and I can still maintain everything. I will tell you that the 3D print store is doing still very well. Very happy with the progress. We have opened a Shopify store. We haven't put a lot of energy in there. I sort of opened Shopify as a backup after we had an issue about 5 months ago. We had a really weird issue with Etsy, and I thought it was going to be the end of our store, but turns out Etsy ended up siding with us, and well, we didn't have a problem after all. But we did open up a Shopify store so we could go ahead and continue doing business. And the Shopify store hasn't really gained a lot of traction, but I think I'll still maintain it because it's always a good idea to have multiple options for people, especially people that may not want to buy from Etsy. Anyways, if you can't tell, I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, but I just wanted to give you a quick tour of this space here and let you sort of see everything here, raw, uncut. I'm very happy with the studio. Eventually, I'm going to be doing a full tour of the studio space. So if you're interested in that, be sure to drop a comment down below and we'll go ahead and do a full tour. But anyways, I will see you in the next video. Stay original.
They checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me. My attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you